welcome to programming school. Today also I am coming with one programming question. This is the sample input. That means we are going to read one integer value here. Integer value or string value. I'm going to form another number from the input number. That is 45,986. How I am going to find that number? Simply the number is going to be, the original number is 527,986. And from this we are going to form a pair of digits. That means 145279 and 88 and 6 is not paired here. That's why I'm not pairing here like this. From every pair I'm going to get what is the biggest number from that. Yes, 4 is biggest and 5 is biggest and 9 is biggest and 8 is biggest. Yes, I'm going to form a number like this, but here the 6 is not formed a pair, right? That's why I'm going to add the 6 is also to the result. That's it. Very simple question, right? Now I'm going to read the input number here. I'm going to read the input. If I'm going to take it is input or string, whatever I can. For example, I'm going to take here. I'm going to read the input as a string here. I'm going to read the number as a string, and then I'm going to write I'm going to form this number into the list here. For example, list of number. I'm going to execute it. What is the data here? For example, if the input is this one, simply I'm going to write data is equal. Just observe here, each and every character, each and every digit in that number is going to be a list item here. From that I'm going to write here like this. I'm going to compare these two, and if which is the biggest I'm going to add here, and I'm going to compare these two, and which is bigger I'm going to add to the string here. Okay, I'm going to add to the string. That's why I'm going to make here some res like this, a empty string. I'm going to take an empty string here, and I'm going to write a for loop for I in range of length of data here. Length of data I'm going to write like this. But here always I'm going to start with index 0 and I have to go for the last number, and I'm going to jump for 2 times every time. I'm going to jump for 2 times. Why I'm going to jump it for 2 times? Now I'm going to print here data of I, comma data of I plus 1. I'm going to write like this. I'm going to print, for example, this is the input and the output. Just observe here 145279 and 88. Like this I'm going to pair here, and I'm going to find that what is the biggest number here. But here there is an error here, that is an index error. Why I is not going here? 0 data of 7, for example. Data of 7 is 6. Data of 8. Just observe here the last value. This is the last value I'm going to maintain, and here yet I'm at this position and I'm going to access the last value. I'm going to access the I plus 1 value. There is no data of 9, right? That's why it is going to be giving an error here. But here if it is not matching here, I'm going to write a logic here like this. If it is not here, for example, if length of data is an odd one, I'm going to maintain. I'm going to write like this. Length of data like this. If I'm going to execute it, if this is the input, just observe here, there is no error now. But always the length is not an odd number, right? Sometimes it is going to be an even number also, right? For that I'm going to take some n is equal to length of data minus 1. I'm going to write like this, and I'm going to write the for loop outside the if. Just simply I'm going to write here n. else if it is else, I'm going to write length of data. If it is an odd string, I am going to maintain it is like this. For example, if this is the input and if the string is an even number, now it is working perfectly, right? Yes, if it is in a even length string, I am going for the whole length. If it is an odd one, I am going to write like this. Okay. And now I am going to make here, which is a bigger value, Here I am going to check if data of I is greater than data of I plus 1, if it is a bigger value, data of I is bigger value, and I am going to write plus is equal to data of I. Else, for example, that means if data is bigger, if data I plus 1 is bigger, I am going to add here a data of I plus 1 here, just simple like this. If I am going to print here, print res, if this is the input, and just observe here, yes, 4 is bigger, that's why it is added, 5 is bigger, it is added, 9 is bigger, it is added, 8 is bigger, it is added. Okay, but here, if this is the input, and one more value is there, that is 6 is not added to the output here. Just simply, if it is an odd value, what is that? If the length is an odd value, I'm going to write again, I'm going to maintain here, if length of data is an odd value, if it is an odd value, I'm going to write like this, data plus is equal to data of minus 1. Last value I'm going to add here. If it is an odd one, just simply if I am going to go for this value, just simply observe that if it is an odd one, the last digit we have to add to the result. If it is an even one, I am not going to add anything here. That's it. This is the program for the above program, right? I think hope you enjoy this video, right? If you have any doubt in this code, just comment it here, and definitely I'm going to reply you, and I'm going to explain it why I'm using this line. Okay, thank you guys. Bye.